And when they get scared, they go airborne, and they'll sometimes get more than 10 foot out of the water. I will see sometimes in excess of 50 fish in the air at once. Sometimes over the course of a couple minutes, we'll have half a dozen fish or more fly into the boat, equivalent of people throwing bowling balls at you.
Edwin Nichols is a commercial fisherman.
These fish jump over my boat, and my boat's 8 foot wide.
Marine biologists say their behavior is a defense mechanism. The fish jump to get away from a perceived threat, but in doing so, they pose a danger to people.
You can imagine getting hit by one of these things. This one here, like 18 or 20 pounds, they'll come out of the water at 20 miles an hour, and the head is blunt and hard, and they will really hurt you when they hit.
Photographer Steve Morse found out how painful these fish can be.
The water just erupted. There were just fish everywhere. They're jumping in the boat, they're jumping over our heads. I've never seen so many fish jump out of the water in my entire life.
Steve was trying to photograph the flying carp when he suffered a direct hit.
All of a sudden, this fish comes up from behind the boat and whacks me on the back of the head. It was a pretty big impact. And the fish had to have been at least 20 pounds.
That was a pretty hard hit.
Steve wasn't seriously hurt, but bigger carp have been known to break bones. Edwin's wife, Vivian, was struck on the nose.
I put my hand up to my face, and there was just blood just running everywhere.
Be on the guard, make sure one doesn't hit you.
Researchers believe there could be as many as 10 million Asian carp in the Missouri River and the Mississippi Basin.
We're trying to develop methods to control these fish, but it's definitely out of control at this point in time, and they're still increasing in numbers, and they're still increasing in range.
Until researchers find a way to reduce the Asian carp population, safety helmets and metal shields may be as essential as life vests on the Missouri River.
There's a lot of people using the river now for recreation. People are really going to have to watch it. It's going to get dangerous.
It is absolutely terrifying for me out there now. And people joke and say, well, why don't you wear a football helmet? And it's like, well, that wouldn't do any good if it hit me in the back or, the chest or something like that. But it's a very eerie, creepy feeling to be out there now with those jumping fish.
Next, lightning strikes 3 times.